Okay, I don't know if everyone can hear me or not. Something's weird with the audio on my phone, so. Oh, hello, sorry. Everything's so delayed, so. Hi, everyone. I'm not good at live streams at all. I'm awkward in them, so yeah. Yeah, streaming's a lot of fun. I've only done it once before. This is my second time, and I definitely recommend it. Have you ever done it before? Have you ever streamed before? Okay, cool, yeah. I still don't know what I'm doing, so you're not alone. Um, Okay, I have a question for you guys. Do you guys like digital art better or traditional art better? I'd say I like digital art better just because it's easier, but I like them both a lot. I've been doing traditional art for a really long time, like since I was probably like 8, but um I recently picked up digital art probably like 2 years ago and I definitely like it a lot, so. Okay, so the reason I'm doing this live stream is because we finally reached 200 subscribers and I'm very excited. I've always wanted to get 100 and that happened. So when I got 100, I got really excited and then my YouTube channel just kind of started blowing up a little bit more and I was very excited about that. So I'm really excited that we reached 200 and I wanted to thank you guys. So I'm also going to be making a video about 200 subs, but I haven't had the time to film that yet. I have a couple of clips, but I just haven't, so. Oh, thank you. Thank you. You do too. I've seen a lot of your videos before, and you're really talented at art, and thank you. Thank you. I'd say my favorite part about YouTube is probably I like the community, and also I just kind of like demonstrating my art to different people rather than just the people at my school and stuff, so. Oh, hello, Sparkle Jaws. Thank you for joining. Thank you, Blue Girl. I'm excited, so it means a lot that a lot of people are saying congratulations. Also, feel free to ask any questions about art related topics. I might not know the answers to all of them, but I'd be happy to try to answer some of them. Oh, thank you. I recently did my nails and then they started chipping, and it's always a very sad moment when your nails chip, but whatever. The app that I'm using is Procreate. I use it for almost all my drawings. It's about like $10 for the first purchase. It's just like a one-time purchase, and I've used it so many times, and it's definitely my favorite drawing app. Oh, my least favorite thing about being an artist. Oh, it's when people come up to me and they say that they can't believe that I drew something, or when people criticize my art. I think I like constructive criticism, but when people just say like your art's terrible or like you're stupid if you're an artist, I just hate like when people say stuff like that. Usually that doesn't usually happen, but some people are just downright mean. So yeah, I try to ignore them, and I try to think about the reasons that I really like art. It's fun. It just like brings me a lot of pleasure to draw, and it's kind of like my favorite pastime. I like reading too, but art is just, it kind of takes me away to another world that a lot of other things can't. For example, homework, that takes me to a very stressful world. But yeah, art's definitely my favorite pastime. Yeah, I don't like when people ask who is that. They never understand. Like whenever I say it's an OC, everyone's like, "What's an OC?" And I'm like, "It's an original character." And they're like, "What's an original character?" And I'm like, "It's a character that I made up." And it just gets very confusing, and they're like, "I shouldn't have ever asked." Okay, here's another question. These are very random questions, but what is your favorite book series? I have very random questions. Sometimes I'm just talking with someone and then I randomly ask them a question and they're like, "Where did that come from?" And I'm like, "Yeah." Oh yeah, when your mom forces you to show your art to people. Ooh, yeah. That's usually my grandma. She's always like, "Show your art to this person." I'm like, "No, it's not good." And she's like, "No, show this specific piece." And I'm like, "But that's my worst piece." And it's just kind of, it goes on and it never ends. So, yeah. I'd say my favorite book series is probably Keeper of the Lost Cities. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Right when I said that. Um, I just really like the plot. I like Shannon Messenger's writing. Oh, yeah, I love Harry Potter. Harry Potter's really good too. What's your favorite book from Harry Potter? Yeah, Keeper of the Lost Cities is definitely amazing. I've read all the books so many times, and I never get bored of them. My favorite Keeper of the Lost Cities book is probably Nightfall, or that's a hard one. I like Exile too. I don't know, they're all good. I can't choose. Oh yes, that one's great too. I love all books. English is definitely one of my favorite classes. Okay, here's another question. Also very random. What's your favorite subject in school? Maybe like besides art, if you really like art. Yeah, I really like writing. Writing is definitely a very fun class. I like it because it's kind of creative, and it's I like being creative. So, am I mad at Keith because of what he did at the end? Oh yeah, I'm mad at him. I'm actually mad at Fitz more than Keith though. I feel like I don't like Fitz. I don't ship Fitzby. I'm sorry if you do, but I don't. He's like he always has these anger issues, and whereas Keith just like really cares for Sophie. So I don't know. I'm so eager to see how it ends. I think the ninth book is coming out in December or November. I don't know, but yeah, I'm really excited for the ninth book. Yeah, I don't like when a yeah, I whenever a book has an ending that I dislike or very much hate a lot, I try to like imagine in my head how it would have worked out, and that's really fun for me. Or like when a book has a cliffhanger, I try to imagine what will happen, and then if I don't like how the book picks up, I imagine my version. Yeah, I like Fitz more at the beginning of the series. I think just for my personal preference, I like Keith better, but I also like Fitz. Like they both have different good aspects to them, and they both have different bad aspects to them. Like for example, Keith runs away. He's not very reliable, but he cares a lot. They both really care a lot. So I don't know. Oh, thank you for telling me the date. Yeah, I can't keep all the dates of all my favorite books in my head. I have a lot of stuff in my head. Yeah, Fitz gets angry, Keith runs away. Typical Fitz and Keith. Yeah, Keeper of the Lost Cities is I highly recommend it. It's so addicting. I've heard a lot of people though at my school. They're like, Keeper of the Lost Cities is terrible. It's too long, and then it's just I hate hearing that, and it makes me sad. So then I try to convince them the other way, but then they don't get convinced. So yeah, Addie Draws, you should definitely read Keeper of the Lost Cities. Keeper of the Lost Cities is about don't it's kind of well uh there's 8 full books and then there's like a half book. It's kind of hard to explain. So basically there's I don't know how to explain. Sorry, I'm bad at explaining things. There's basically 8 full books, which is just like a book, and then, or sorry, 9. 9? There's 9 Keeper of the Lost Cities books? Really? I'm very confused. Oh, well, yeah, there's 9 books, and then there's like a half book. So kind of, there's like 8 full books, and then there's a half book about kind of the land of the Keeper of the Lost Cities and the characters in the Keeper of the Lost Cities, and it's a spoiler basically, so you should never read the 8.5 Unlocked book before you read the other ones. Yeah, Wings of Fire is a pretty long series. It's a good series though, I really liked it when I read it. Oh yeah, 8 and 8.5. I keep forgetting Legacy. I didn't like how that book ended. I wish it would have ended differently. How many pages are the books? Usually about like 600 to 700 maybe. I could try to get one really quickly. I don't know. I have my whole series on a bookshelf in my room. Yeah, 700 probably. I think the biggest one, honestly, I don't know the biggest one. Maybe the biggest one was Flashback. I kind of feel like Flashback was pretty big. I don't know. Oh yeah, I love audiobooks. Wait, is it? Yeah, I love audiobooks. I think they're very fun to listen to. Flashback was 800 pages? Sometimes when books are really long, it definitely strains your eyes, and that's no fun. When books are long, though, I like to kind of take them chunks at a time, but that I usually just read them all at once, and then I'm like, where's the next book? I remember when I was reading Nightfall in the Keeper of the Lost Cities, I just read it in like 5 hours. It was in the summer. One day I was bored and I just read it for 5 hours and I finished it. And I was so excited to get the next one. Yeah, they are all pretty similar lengths. I think the first Keeper of the Lost Cities book was pretty short, though. Okay, here's another question. Another random question. What's your favorite movie? That's a pretty hard question for me. I have a lot of favorite movies. Yeah, I don't know if I have a favorite movie either. I like a lot of movies. It would be very hard for me to decide. I'm excited for the new Keeper of the Lost Cities movie, though. Well, it's not new, but it's supposed to come out and relatively soon. Relatively meaning probably like 2 or 3 years. Sadly, COVID came and it interrupted a lot of movies. There was a lot of productions that were canceled or interrupted or delayed, and it's very sad. Oh, that's a good question. The brushes that I use on Procreate, I don't really buy too many packs. I know a lot of artists, like some of my favorite YouTubers, like Hershey Draw Shoes, she buys a lot of packs of brushes. But um, I like Studio Pen, and I made my own brush, which I think is fun. But I really like the Studio Pen, and I like for sketching, I really like the Procreate pencil. I think it's really nice for sketching. Yeah, I kind of rotate between brushes on Procreate, so that's hard for me to say. How are you doing today? I'm glad you're doing good. I'm basically just drawing and asking random questions in this live stream. I'm really excited because I reached 200 subs, so thank you. I'm glad you liked the drawing. It's supposed to be a cartoon version of me. Honestly, I find it very hard to draw yourself. I think it's easier to draw other people. For me, I don't know. Oh, thank you. Oh, that's a great question. Thanks for asking. I'd say I like them both for different reasons. I've been doing. Oh, I'm glad you're back. Thank you. I'd say that I like traditional art because I've been doing it since I was probably like 7 or 8. Actually, maybe when I was like 6 or 7. I know it's not like, I mean, I didn't start like when I was super young, but like I've just been doing it for a long time, and that's how I started art. And then, but digital art I've been doing for probably like 2 years. And I just think it's easier. You don't have to like get paints out, and you don't have to clean up after yourself. You don't have to put markers back. There's not pieces of eraser everywhere. So I don't know. I think I'm gonna go with digital though, just because honestly my opinion changes. So I think I'm just gonna go with digital. What about you? Do you like traditional or digital better? Yeah, that's a good answer. I definitely like that about traditional art. That's one thing that you definitely don't get with digital art. I have found like ways to kind of get past it though with digital art. Like you can get matted screen protectors, um, and that just kind of paper. Sorry, I think it's a little bit glitchy. I don't know. Oh, well, I'm not that great at traditional. I'd say I'm not good at drawing. I like drawing realistic stuff when I do traditional, but I'm not as good as drawing cartoon stuff. Um, when I draw traditionally, I'm much better digitally. I don't know. I'd say that it takes a lot of practice to become good at something, even any field of expertise. So